Wando. Welcome to this week's episode of Tribe Talk. I'm Tommy Fairbairn.
And I'm Jenna Solkowski. In honor of Thanksgiving, Frankie Antonelli hit the halls of Wando to find out students' favorite holiday traditions.
Hi, Wando. Thanksgiving is a special holiday and we set out to find out why. What is your favorite Thanksgiving tradition?
My Thanksgiving tradition is to go to my grandmother's house and always have Thanksgiving at her house, and she always fixed the turkey outside. That's our Thanksgiving tradition.
Little sister, we break the wishbone.
Some turkey. Yeah, some gobble gobble.
The desserts, I love the desserts. And my family makes it, it's really good.
My dad would shove a cake in my grandpa's face every year.
I just like seeing all my family together.
When my family leaves.
Food. My favorite Thanksgiving tradition is probably when my grandma comes over. Her and we make the best stuffing ever. And we kind of just bond over that, and the whole family gets together. We just watch football. It's a good time.
I like to go to New Jersey and see my family. I like making broccoli souffle with my mom.
My favorite Thanksgiving tradition is we go down to the lake at the campground, and we just spend the whole Thanksgiving week there.
The family football game, it was called the Turkey Bowl.
The food. Eating dinner with my family.
Eating dinner with the family. Food.
Turkey.
The food. Dinner. Food. Turkey.
Fixing vehicles.
Chicken nuggets. What is your favorite Thanksgiving tradition?
I don't really have one.
Everybody knows that America's Got Talent. But how about Charleston? Logan Swinford shows what our city has to offer.
Hey Wando, we're here at the North Charleston Coliseum where America's Got Talent's top performers are here to show us what they've got. But we decided to flip the situation to see what types of talents the audience holds.
I can make a weird noise.
Really? Can you do that for us?
Yeah.
He said, let's get out of this town, drive out of the city, away from the crowds. Gymnastics.
Really? How long have you been doing that?
Since Tuesday. Watch me whip, now watch me nay. Now watch me whip, now watch me nay.
Although the audience was full of talent, there was one individual that stood out the most.
My hidden talent is I write songs for my students at school to help them learn about stuff.
All right, would you like to show us?
Sure, I'll give it a go. This one's called the Mummification Song. First take out the guts, then you pick the nose, salt the body up, and then wrap in pantyhose. Then you put it in a box, and then another box, and if you're really special, yet still another box.
Not only is Mr. Huser's talent unique, but it's helped many of our students here at Wando.
Mr. Huser was my history class teacher for like 3 or 4 years.
I teach 6th, 7th, and 8th grade history classes at Mason Prep.
Everyone really learned well from him. I feel like everyone did pretty well in his class, and he was a really unique teacher.
You know, I have some students who still remember the songs years later and know they're Renaissance artists because of some cheesy Ninja Turtles song I made up. So, whatever works.
I have like the physical boxes of notes, but also what he taught me has helped me throughout like classes in high school too.
A lot of them find that they really work as far as learning the information, and it's kind of a fun way to do history.
The way he taught us definitely put us in a position to succeed in history.
This has been Logan Swinford reporting for Tribe Talk.
Your high school job can be one of the most awkward things you ever do. I, personally, scooped ice cream for 8 hours at a time.
Wando student Grace Corvell has found a way to act out her passion in her work. Riley Biller reports.
Grace Corvell, a young actress here at Wando, has grown her passions into a career.
As a child, Grace was probably the most precocious of the 4 children that we had. She was always on stage, always bigger than life, always standing on the table, singing, acting, something.
Like I've always done like singing and stuff and just simple stuff like that, but I was like, what about if I just started something else? Because some kids are like, oh, I want to play the piano now. So I go, maybe I want to act now. I started acting when I was
In 5th grade, I was in a bunch of plays at Jenny Moore. I was Cruella de Vil in 5th grade. I was Ursula in 7th grade for The Little Mermaid. Starting, I guess, in the summer of 9th grade, going to 10th grade, I started working for HBO.
Because she was never the shy one in the class, it was always easy for them to cast her if they had a big role. When she was Cruella de Vil, it was something, you know, because it was a singing and acting part, and people in the audience were just amazed.
While looking for a job, Grace found a posting for the new HBO show, Vice Principals, being filmed at Stahl High School.
It's a legitimate show, and that first day I was convinced that this was going to be a big deal.
From just doing it one time to being with them for now 2.5 seasons, so it's been so much fun, and I don't know, I'm really glad I did it.
Before she came here, things were really dull. A lot of the long days would just become tiring and repetitive. But when she came, people started acting differently. They were more friendly with one another. Everything just seemed a lot more interconnected.
I was one of the head cheerleaders. I ran for one of their track teams. I'm usually in the front for some of the scenes that we do.
She has the confidence and the dedication, and I think if she really puts her heart to it and she really tries, that she can just shoot for the stars and reach them.
This has been Riley Biller reporting for Tribe Talk.
You hold it. No, you hold it. I don't want to hold it. I don't want to hold it either. You can hold it. You know, I'm done.
Heavy. I don't want to hold it. This is really heavy. I don't want to
Hey
hold
guys, we work together. We cooperate.
You know what? He's right.
it. Sure, you're right. Let's go.
Let's go. Thanks, Frankie.
You're welcome. Cooperation. Working together to do more than you can do alone. This has been Frankie for Tribe Talk.
This week on The Rewind, we take a look at student media's trip to Orlando, the Veterans Day ceremony, and the Poetry Slam. From Wednesday, November 11th to Sunday, November 15th, the newspaper, yearbook, and Tribe Talk classes traveled to Orlando, Florida for the annual NSBA conference. Students enjoyed their time in the Disney and Universal parks and came home with multiple prestigious awards. Congratulations to the Tribal Tribune for winning first overall in the Best of Show for Newspaper Special Section and 5th place in the Best of Show for Best Overall News Tabloid.
Tribal Tribune.
And to Tribe Talk for being a finalist for the Pacemaker Award and receiving 6th in Best of Show for a broadcast program. In honor of Veterans Day, JROTC held a ceremony on Wednesday, November 11th. During the demonstration, students performed a half-staff and unveiled a wreath to salute military veterans. Later that day, the Poetry Slam was held in the Black Box. Students read both original and well-known pieces aloud to inspire and influence their audience.
You're beautiful. You're all beautiful.
That's it for this week's Rewind. See you next time.
Hey Wando, this week, the football team finished their season on a 3-8 record. The girls volleyball team and tennis team both won state championships, while the boys and girls basketball team have both started their season. Now let's check out Wando's most fiercest powerhouse duos in the whole school. This has been Colby Karish reporting for Tribe Talk.
With award-winning programs and top teams in the state, Wando is home to a number of coaches.
I am the head cheerleading coach, so we concentrate on competitions and spirit for football and basketball.
At Wando, I coach basketball. I coach the B team, help out with the varsity and JV boys.
Coach Smith and I met at an event that we call Shrimp Harvest, which is out in Orangeburg, and it's basically one of our friends has a party. So it's my best friend was dating his best friend. They both invited us, and we met there.
And since then, we were good friends, and then started dating, got married.
The fact that we ended up both being at Wando is kind of a little bit of a freak accident, because I started at a different school, and he actually convinced me to come here.
We talked about whether or not it'd be a good idea for her to come work here or stay where she was.
Despite the tight schedule, Mr. and Mrs. Smith find time for each other.
So he understands whenever I have coaching obligations, just like I understand when he has coaching obligations. So it makes it nice. We're very understanding of each other's schedules.
The pros are definitely nice of working at the same school because we get the same holidays off, so when we don't have to work, we can spend time together.
Because we get to see each other a lot at school, especially in game settings. Otherwise, we wouldn't be able to see each other nearly as much.
They recently learned news that will affect them for the rest of their lives.
I'm so excited. I am so excited to have it be the way, especially since we found out it's a boy. So that's super exciting, and now I get to do the nursery and have fun.
I'm definitely nervous about the baby, but it's really exciting. It's something new. It's an adventure. We found out actually on my birthday this year that we were going to have a baby. She told me kind of as my birthday present this year. Once she found out and was excited, she couldn't hold the news back.
How is the new baby going to affect us next year? Because it'll be difficult with both of us coaching, both of our responsibilities, because we also have a new responsibility. So we won't be able to do a lot of things at the same time.
The disciplines that we've learned teaching and coaching, dealing with students and their reactions and everything will help us because we'll see and we know what the student needs to do to succeed.
I think coaching is definitely going to help us at parenting skills just because we're around lots of different types of athletes. So hopefully it'll work out to our benefit.
This has been Ricky Schmidt reporting.
Starting your career can always be scary, especially when there are other obstacles to overcome. Mara Noonan reports.
Wando alumni Hyatt Kerwin has always had a passion for working with kids and is now a teacher at James B. Edwards Elementary.
Really my favorite thing is to try to make math more fun and make them see that you actually do use math in the real world.
Favorite thing is about her because she explains things really well, and my math used to be my least favorite subject, but now it's my favorite because she's so creative with all her worksheets.
The kids definitely make it worthwhile. Just seeing them when they start to understand something and just really getting to know them.
On July 4th, 2014, Hyatt was swimming behind the boat when the motor was turned on. The motor blade cut into her leg, putting her life at risk.
The first call my dad says he got was from a doctor who said he was just trying to save my life. And then the second call they got was when they said that, they've got it under control, but they're just trying to save my leg.
I was actually the first person that was called after Hyatt's accident. I had to make all her medical decisions, and so they didn't really have time to wait to try to get in touch with my parents and see what they thought. It was just kind of like, we need you to do this and we need you to do it right now.
At that point I knew I had an injury, but I didn't know the extent of it. I didn't really know, what would happen.
She was just basically laying unconscious on a table with a breathing tube down her throat, and it's just scary to see your sister, someone you've known forever, to be in such a state that's so fragile.
If I did keep my leg, they didn't know how much I would be able to actually function with that leg.
Despite her injury, Hyatt made a remarkable recovery and is now able to walk and teach again.
The first time they came to talk to me, said I wasn't going to be able to go back to work, and it was supposed to be my first full year of teaching. All I kept saying in the ambulance was that I just wanted to be able to go back to teaching and I wanted to be able to teach. So I really try to tell the kids, if you just work hard at something and you don't quit, you can always meet that goal.
She was determined. I'm not just going to walk again. I'm going to run, and I'm going to live my normal life, and I'm going to do everything I've ever wanted to do. And so I think that's a great lesson for anyone to really take away from this.
This has been Mara Noonan reporting for Tribe Talk.
Can I have a drum roll, please? A local music store has weekly jam sessions that give musicians young and old a voice. Violet West brings in the beat on Open Jam.
Bessie and Friends Open Jam is a local spot for musicians of any skill level to come and express themselves while improving performance skills.
Well, we're building the future musicians here. It's learning to perform as well as learning how to play the guitar.
I've known about the Open Jam since about February. That's kind of the part that got me most excited for trying to learn here.
The Open Jam isn't just for the staff to play a show. It's for the students that are taking lessons here to come try their hand at playing on stage. Because in addition to learning how to navigate the instrument, how to play chords, can you also do that in front of an audience?
Not only does Open Jam help musicians build technical skills, it also helps boost their confidence in a live setting.
At first, I kind of had more of a solo style of Jimmy Page, where I was kind of put away from the band. I just had a completely different sound from the backing track. But now it's a little more connected than it used to be.
These things transpire pretty quickly if you learn how to perform while you're learning how to play those chords on that song you want to learn.
It helps me when it comes to working in a group with a group of people instead of just being by myself performing. A good way to explain it is that these people, this could be kind of what I end up doing in the future, so it's kind of preparing me for that.
That's what you learn when you do the Open Jam, is that this is a show, and even though we're not all professionals, we're trying to teach you how to be a professional.
This has been Violet West reporting for Tribe Talk.
Thanks for watching, Wando. Be sure to stay tuned for Tribe Talk Presents. This has been Jenna Solkowski
and Tommy Fairbairn signing off. Have a safe and happy Thanksgiving.
I know I've been changed. I know I've been changed. I know I've been changed because the angels in heaven done sign my name. I know I've been changed. I know I've been changed. I know I've been changed because the angels in heaven done sign my name. If you don't believe that I've been redeemed, you know the angels in heaven done sign my name. Oh, follow me down to that Jordan stream. The angels in heaven done sign my name. It's the blue water and the water was cold. The angels in heaven done sign my name. Oh, and it chilled my body, but not my soul. The angels in heaven done sign my name. That's why I know I've been changed. 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 Because the angels in heaven done sign my name. I know I've been changed. I know I've been changed. I know I've been changed because the angels in heaven done sign my name. The angels in heaven done sign my name. The angels done sign my name. Oh my God, guys! Oh my God!
Get away from me. So today for the credits, we decided to go around and get people's outfit of the days and decide who's the most fashionable person.
Reagan Gresh, 1,000 followers.